Okay, so we've returned to Wolfville. I haven't been to Wolfville in over a year, so we're going to see if we can find Super Wolf Can Do It or other cool records at the various antique malls in Wolfville. So we're at the one called Butler Antiques right now, which doesn't look like much from the outside, but is actually surprisingly big. Alright, so this is the record dealer booth here at Butler's. I've looked here before. I remember there was a big box of 45s, which is either somewhere else or not here anymore. This is mostly like standard classic rock. I remember the prices not being great. There's a $4.99 under record. Okay, so they moved the 45 bucks. I'm pretty sure it's the same box I've seen before. They have a Crosley you can use for record testing, not for sale. So you have to buy your Crosley at Walmart. But you can test records here, which is not common to see in the antique mall. And they've got a bunch of tape cassettes at $1 each as well. It's looking mostly like 80s country. This is not really what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna go digging. Look, a bunch of records being stored horizontally on a table and a bunch of boxes on the ground. I'll take a quick look, but this isn't exactly exciting. This first record, they want $30 for this radio one, and they're storing it horizontally. Phil Keaggy 16, Belafonte 18, Pat Boone 12. Yeah, this is a whole bunch of no. So this $18 AC/DC Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap on Atlantic Records. So I don't have to buy Chad's a copy. I might actually think about this one. The record's in decent shape. Jacket's in decent shape. Certainly better than the horizontally stored Elvis in poor shape at $25. So here's a tease. I haven't even looked at the record yet. It's Kate Bush, The Dreaming. They want $25. And at some point, somebody scored it at a Goodwill for $1. Too bad it wasn't me. And I'm gonna pull. Record's okay. I'll have to give this a Discogs check. Did this have Running Up the Hill on it? No. I should have a Kate Bush album, but I don't know if I want to pay $25. So it's the first U.S. press. It's right around median value. It's in pretty good shape. I think I'm actually going to get it. And so I actually get to sit on this couch while I dig. We've got this Elvis Costello Imperial bedroom in the shrink with its original hype stickers. Wish it was still $49. They want $15. Something else I'll be looking up is this Haunted House record. They've got this Lyle Lovett in his large band that apparently has no price tag on it, so I don't know about that one. So I'm ultimately deciding that Elvis had some scuffs. There's some scuffs on the Kate Bush, and I think at 25, it's not totally clean. I'm going to leave it. I think I'll just get the AC/DC. It's a few bucks over median, but finding dirty deeds in the live is pretty cool. Alright, so this booth is all records, 30% off. Singles, albums, more singles, more albums below the pumpkin, and then there's more albums down there. So some Lucky Luck time. 45 on the red metal rack. Red Fox on 45 with a sleeve. We might just have to get that. Though at $4, I think I'm going to pass on it. So where's the beef? Polka, that one's going to be the score. I see a Led Zeppelin II. I don't see its price yet. Let's see the price, and let's see if it's a Robert Ludwig. So the price is that. And, well, big bottom split. And there's no record. So I guess this is just the cover. Maybe it's the Robert Ludwig cover. Who knows? Actually, the record was lying in the box. It's pretty scuffed and beat up. And there's no RL on it. I'll put it back in its cover. I was back here last year. There was a bunch of undesirable 45s and undesirable albums. Looks like exactly the same thing. More undesirable albums arranged extremely poorly back here. I don't think I'm going to waste any more time here. Alright, not records, but we got this big ass old school TV. Looks like one my grandma had when I was a kid. And a bunch of old school caps. The Iron Workers, a Buffalo, New York trucker hat. Kind of cool. Buffalo crushed stone. Could be a Mason from Jackson or Mickey Mouse. I know a half-price Books in Bowling Green where you can buy 15 Dan Fogelberg records for $15, not one. I think every Dan Fogelberg record on earth is here. This entire bin is Dan Fogelberg records. All of it. This is another booth I saw last year with everything overpriced. Alright, so my 25-cent single was actually 30% off, so it was actually a 17-cent single. And by the way, that's the one I looked up. It's worth 20 bucks. And all the other singles there were like $3, $4, or $5, and they're all worth like $1 or $2. So ha ha ha. I paid a couple bucks too much for the AC/DC, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm at Red Barn Antiques, was just like less than a mile away. And so it's in a building that looks like a red barn. Antiques and vintage sold here. Last time I looked at a bunch of 45s there. There was also a booth with albums I didn't really look through that much. So assuming it's basically the same stock, I'll concentrate on the albums. And maybe we'll find good old Super Wolf can do it there, but probably not. Alright, so this is the booth with the records that I didn't check out very carefully last time. I wonder if this is a booth run by Third Eye Curiosities, which is the independent record store in the downtown part of this, since there is a advertisement for it. They even have a little box of 45s that I definitely did not see that before. They've got a new arrivals bin. They've got cassettes on the floor. Looks like the standard 80s country cassettes. And we got some random grab bags and some drumsticks. Alright, so this seems like it's this store's overflow for undesirable stuff and stuff that's in too bad of condition. It's all cheap, but not really thinking I'm gonna find anything I want, because every time I've seen something I'd be interested in, the vinyl's been in pretty lousy condition. If you're wondering if the $3 overflow bin was gonna have tube socks, roller skates, Linda Ronstadt, it does. Yeah, and this is the booth where there were a bunch of 45s and albums last time. There aren't as many albums now as there were before, unless they're hiding somewhere else. They've got a turntable over here and various other junk. I don't think this is anything that I didn't already look at. I specifically remember looking at that old school record album for 7 inches. Let me make a cursory pass through the 45s to see if I missed anything. Alright, here's a bunch of albums that weren't here when I was here last year. And we've got a modern crap all-in-one turntable thing along with it. And I'm immediately seeing Jethro Tull Benefit for $39. So I'm not very hopeful about this one. So the $39 Jethro Tull Benefit, this $55 Kiss self-titled in terrible shape. I think it's telling me everything I need to know about this booth. So I wonder if things worked out with Barry and Carol here. And their possibly shared love for Mark I Deep Purple. I don't know. And the record's not in that great a shape, and it's got Carol's name all over it, so it's going to stay here.
Alright, so it was a strikeout there. Either stuff was really overpriced or just stuff I don't really want. So we've got a couple other places. We've got Carriage House and Yarborough still to hit in this town of Wolfville.